Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Baltimore, RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news in what could be one of the most significant moves for the Ravens this season. Reports are swirling that Baltimore is deep into negotiations to acquire Lane Johnson from the Philadelphia Eagles. This isn't just a rumor. Sources close to the league have indicated that an agreement might be finalized before the NFL's trade deadline on November 4th. If this deal goes through, it could reshape the Ravens' offensive line and dramatically boost their chances of making a deep playoff run, possibly even positioning them as serious contenders for Super Bowl LXI. The potential trade involves sending a first-round pick in the 2026 draft to the Eagles, a bold move that underscores how much Baltimore values Johnson's elite talent at right tackle. Now, let's take a moment to understand why Johnson is such a game-changer. Despite being 35 years old, Lane Johnson continues to perform at an elite level, arguably still among the best at his position in the league. His numbers in 2025 are nothing short of impressive, PFF rating of 91.8, allowing only 3 sacks across 15 games despite missing part of the season due to a hand injury in Week 5. His run-blocking win rate stands at an incredible 80%, and his EPA per run is a solid 0.16. Johnson's consistency and ability to protect the quarterback have been a staple of the Eagles' offensive line for years, and it's no surprise that teams looking to contend are eyeing him so intently. His career stats reinforce his reputation: 10-time Pro Bowler, allowing just 0.3 sacks per game with an overall PFF grade averaging around 90. 5, a run grade of 87. 2, and a pass block efficiency of 97.5%. In 2025, he's racked up 45 pancakes and maintains a 75% win rate in double teams, all while remaining remarkably durable. He only missed 2 games in 2024. Johnson's impact on the field is comparable to Trent Williams at his peak, especially when it comes to protecting the quarterback and creating lanes for explosive runs. His presence can elevate the entire offensive line, making life easier for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens' rushing attack. When Johnson is on the field, teams have seen a roughly 17% increase in pass protection efficiency, and open lanes for the running game increase by around 14%. This kind of upgrade could be the difference maker for Baltimore, especially considering their recent struggles in pass protection, which allowed 45 sacks so far this season. Adding Johnson would undoubtedly bring stability and elite talent to the right side of the line, bolstering the entire offense and opening up new opportunities for big plays. But why now? The Eagles, after a somewhat underwhelming start at 2-2 in 2025, are motivated to free up cap space, about $24 million, to bolster their secondary, especially after a defense that's allowed 28 points per game this season. Philadelphia's focus appears to be on building for the future, especially with young talent, and they see Johnson as a valuable asset to trade for now, especially with his market value still sky-high. The Eagles are also motivated by the potential to acquire more draft capital or cap flexibility to improve other areas of their roster. From the Ravens' perspective, this move is about more than just shoring up their offensive line. It's about making a bold statement that they're all in for a Super Bowl run this season. With about $30 million in cap space remaining, Baltimore can absorb Johnson's salary and still maintain flexibility for other key signings or trades. Their offensive line, which has been a concern at times, especially in protecting Lamar Jackson and giving him enough time to operate, would see a dramatic upgrade. This line has allowed 45 sacks so far, an area to improve, no doubt. Bringing in Johnson would likely cut those sacks by around 30%, which sounds huge, but when you consider how much more time Lamar would have to throw, it's even more significant. Imagine Johnson anchoring the right side, similar to what Trent Williams does for the 49ers, protecting the passer, opening lanes, and raising the team's overall offensive efficiency. His addition could boost the Ravens' rushing yards by roughly 14%, especially with explosive runs, and increase yards per carry by about 22%. That's a game changer for a team that relies heavily on Lamar's ability to extend plays and scramble for yards. It's not just about the immediate boost, it's about setting the tone for the team's identity moving forward. Last year, a similar trade involving Peters to the Eagles resulted in a +7 win projection for them, and this move could do something comparable or even more impactful for Baltimore. Looking at the broader picture, the trade could send shockwaves through the AFC North. The Ravens, with this upgrade, could become even more formidable, especially in the playoffs. It's a move that could elevate their Super Bowl odds significantly, going from +10, 0 to roughly +3, 200, according to early betting lines. That's a huge jump, and it shows just how much faith the betting markets are placing in this potential acquisition. Johnson's presence would be a true X-factor in the playoffs, especially in high-stakes divisional matchups against teams like the Chiefs, where protection and explosive plays are everything. This isn't just about a player swap. It's a strategic move that could define the next few seasons for the Ravens. Think about how Johnson's veteran leadership, combined with his elite skill set, would bring a new level of confidence and stability to Baltimore's offensive front. His experience and ability to perform under pressure would be invaluable during the postseason, where every play counts. It's reminiscent of the move that brought Peters to the Eagles in 2017, which proved to be a catalyst for their championship run. The Ravens are clearly aiming for that kind of impact, and Johnson could be the missing piece to solidify their dominance in the AFC North and beyond. Of course, this kind of move isn't made lightly. The Ravens would have to give up a first-round pick in 2026, which is a significant investment, but one that could pay dividends if it leads to a Super Bowl title. The team's recent performances have shown that they're close, but they need that extra push on the offensive line to truly contend at the highest level. With Johnson's elite pass protection and run blocking, Lamar Jackson will have more time to work his magic, and the running game will become even more explosive. It's about creating a more balanced, multi-dimensional offense that can adapt to any opponent and any situation. In terms of the long-term impact, this move signals that Baltimore is in a win-now mode. They're willing to make bold decisions to maximize their window and capitalize on Lamar Jackson's prime years. The division, the conference, and the league are all watching to see if this deal materializes and how it changes the dynamic of the AFC playoff picture. The Ravens have historically been aggressive when it comes to making moves that can tip the scales in their favor, and acquiring Lane Johnson would undoubtedly be one of the most aggressive and impactful moves in recent franchise history. So, for all Ravens fans out there, this is a moment to stay tuned. The offseason, the trade deadline, and the final stretch of the regular season are shaping up to be some of the most exciting times in recent memory. If this trade happens, it could mark the beginning of a new era of dominance for Baltimore, one built on a rock-solid offensive line, a relentless defense, and an offense that keeps defenses guessing. The Ravens aren't just trying to make the playoffs. They're aiming for a Super Bowl, and with Johnson potentially donning the purple and black, that dream feels even more within reach. This is a franchise that's always looking to improve, always pushing forward, and always hungry for that elusive Lombardi trophy. And with this move, they might just get a little closer. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the impact of adding Lane Johnson cannot be overstated. This isn't just a short-term fix. It's a move that could define the Ravens' trajectory for the next several seasons. With him protecting Lamar and anchoring that right side of the line, Baltimore's offense could evolve into one of the most feared units in the league. Their rushing attack, with the extra lanes created by Johnson's blocking, will become even more explosive, and Lamar's ability to extend plays and make magic outside the pocket will be amplified. It's a perfect storm of veteran leadership, elite skill, and strategic foresight, exactly what the Ravens need to go all in on a championship run. Moreover, the ripple effects of this move extend beyond just the Ravens. The AFC North, already one of the most competitive divisions in football, could see a shift in power. The Bengals and Steelers will have to respond, possibly with their own aggressive moves, to keep pace with Baltimore's renewed strength. The Chiefs, Dolphins, and other contenders will be watching closely, knowing that Baltimore's offensive line upgrade could be the difference in playoff battles and Super Bowl battles alike. In conclusion, Ravens fans, this potential trade for Lane Johnson is shaping up to be one of the most significant moves of the season. It's a bold statement of intent from Baltimore, signaling that they are not just content with being playoff participants, but are determined to dominate and bring home another Lombardi trophy. The combination of Johnson's elite blocking, Lamar Jackson's dynamic playmaking, and the Ravens' overall strategic approach makes this move a perfect fit for a team that's always been about resilience, innovation, and championship dreams. So as we wait for official confirmation, keep your eyes glued to the news, your hopes high, and your passion burning bright. This could be the deal that propels the Ravens into a new era of greatness, one where they're not just contenders but champions. The road to Super Bowl LXI might just go through Baltimore, and with Lane Johnson in the fold, the journey looks a lot more promising. The Ravens are on the cusp of something special, and fans, you're right in the middle of it. Get ready for an exciting ride, because the best is yet to come. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and TO, the Baltimore Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news.